Wind chills as low as 5 below zero. Where? Portions of central, east central, north central, northeast, northwest, southeast, and west central Georgia. When? From midnight Thursday night to noon Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts. The cold wind chills could result in hypothermia if precautions are not taken. Additional details. Temperatures are expected to rapidly begin falling behind an Arctic front on Friday. Temperatures will fall into the teens and 20s along the Interstate 20 and Interstate 85 corridors before noon. Further south, temperatures will fall into the lower and middle 30s through the early afternoon. Lows in the teens expected Saturday morning. In addition, windy conditions are anticipated with northwest winds of 15 to 20 miles per hour with frequent gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour likely. If you are traveling by car during this time, keep your phone charged, pack extra clothes and blankets, and bring extra food in case you become stranded. Bring your pets inside and provide adequate shelter for livestock. Leave your inside faucets dripping hot and cold water during prolonged periods where temperatures do not rise above freezing. Avoid outside activities if possible. If you have to go outside, dress warmly in coats, gloves, and hats. This is NOAA Weather Radio Station, WXJ53. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service office in Peachtree City and is transmitted from the top of Walker Mountain on a frequency of 162.525 MHz. The WXJ53 listening area includes the following counties: Banks, Barrow, Cherokee, Clark, Dawson, Forsyth, Franklin, Gwinnett, Habersham, Hall, Hart, Jackson, Lumpkin, Madison, Oconee, Pickens, Stevens, Walton, and White. Visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta for the latest weather information, including watches and warnings. You can also like your Peachtree City National Weather Service on Facebook or follow NWS Atlanta on Twitter. The current time is 10:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were made at 10 a.m. Gainesville, fog was reported. 41 degrees, dew point 40, relative humidity 96%. Wind variable at 5 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.02 inches and falling. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, fog was reported, 40 degrees, wind northeast at 5 miles an hour. Atlanta, drizzle and fog were reported, 41 degrees, wind east at 6 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, fog was reported, 40 degrees, wind east at 7 miles an hour. Rome, fog was reported, 43 degrees, wind south at 6 miles an hour. Chattanooga, fog was reported, 43 degrees, wind south at 7 miles an hour. Greenville, Spartanburg, it was cloudy, 41 degrees, wind north at 12 miles an hour. Augusta, it was partly sunny, 43 degrees, wind northeast at 3 miles an hour. Macon, fog was reported, 43 degrees, wind northwest at 5 miles an hour. Asheville, it was cloudy, 39 degrees, wind calm. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For today and tonight, late tonight into tomorrow morning, some very light wintry precipitation is possible across north and west Georgia as rain quickly changes to snow. Accumulations are expected to be minimal and generally less than a half inch. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. Early Friday morning, some very light wintry precipitation will continue to be possible across north and west Georgia as rain quickly changes to snow. Accumulations are expected to be minimal and generally less than a half inch. However, areas of dangerous icy conditions will become possible on the roads where wet spots remain as temperatures drop well below freezing Friday morning. Friday through the weekend, extremely cold temperatures are expected across north and central Georgia. High temperatures will struggle to get out of the teens to lower 30s on Friday and mid-20s to lower 30s on Saturday across much of the area, and low temperatures will be between 5 and 20 degrees Friday and Saturday night. Gusty winds are expected Friday and Saturday with wind chill values forecast to be as cold as 5 to 15 degrees below zero for parts of North Georgia during the early morning each of these days. A wind chill warning remains in effect for North Georgia, and a wind chill advisory remains in effect for Central Georgia from Friday to noon on Saturday. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. A very cold Arctic air mass will invade the area following a strong frontal passage Friday morning. Saturday will be the coldest day, with well below normal cold air remaining in place through at least Monday. Friday and Saturday morning behind the front will also be very windy, with an unusually high risk from wind chill impacts, including frostbite and hypothermia. The cold weather will result in high demand for electricity across the region. Power outages may result from the heavy electrical load. Those who require electricity for heating or medical equipment should consider backup heat or electrical sources. Take steps now to protect your property and health from the extreme cold. If you go outside, wear several layers of loose-fitting, lightweight, warm clothing rather than one layer of heavy clothing. Mittens are warmer than gloves. Wear a hat and cover your mouth with a scarf. If driving, keep your gas tank near full to avoid ice in the tank and fuel lines. Check your antifreeze and windshield washer fluid levels. Be sure to carry a fully charged cell phone. If you are home, consider allowing indoor plumbing fixtures to drip to allow water to trickle through pipes and inhibit freezing. Use caution with space heaters in order to avoid fire or injury. If emergency generators will be used, they must be situated outdoors in well-ventilated areas to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Also, remember to check in on family, friends, and elderly neighbors who might be susceptible to the cold. Do not forget about your pets and livestock. Make sure they have a source of water that will not freeze and a warm place to take shelter from the wind and cold. Do not attempt to walk on frozen ponds, lakes, or streams, as the ice will not be thick enough to support the weight, even of a child. A cold wave is defined as average daily temperatures 12 degrees or more below normal mid-January average daily temperatures for 48 hours or longer. Normal mid-January average daily temperatures are, for Asheville 37, Charlotte 41, and GSP 42. By definition, it follows that a cold wave is when the average daily temperature for Asheville is 25, Charlotte is 29, and GSP is 30, or less. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Gainesville listening area. Rest of today, cloudy. Highs in the upper 40s. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, windy. Mostly cloudy. A chance of rain, mainly in the evening. Lows 8 to 14 above. West winds 15 to 25 miles an hour with gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. Wind chill values around 15 below zero. Friday, windy. Much colder. Sunny. Near steady temperature around 15. West winds 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Wind chill values around 20 below zero. Friday night, windy, cold. Mostly clear. Lows around 8 above. West winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 miles an hour. And now the extended forecast. Saturday and Saturday night, mostly clear. Highs in the mid-20s. Lows 10 to 15. Christmas Day and Sunday night, mostly clear. Highs in the lower 30s. Lows 15 to 20. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 40. Lows in the mid-20s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, mostly clear. Highs in the mid-40s. Lows in the mid-20s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the lower 30s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. This warning is for the following counties in Georgia: Dawson, Lumpkin, Pickens, and White. What? Dangerously cold wind chills expected. Wind chills as low as 20 below zero. Where? Portions of north central, northeast, and northwest Georgia. When? From midnight Thursday night to noon Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts: the cold wind chills could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes. Additional details: temperatures are expected to rapidly begin dropping into the teens and single digits behind an Arctic front on Friday. Lows in the single digits are expected Saturday morning. In addition, windy conditions are anticipated with northwest winds of 15 to 20 miles per hour with frequent gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour likely. Higher gusts are possible at elevations above 2,000 feet. If you are traveling by car during this time, keep your phone charged, pack extra clothes and blankets, and bring extra food in case you become stranded. Bring your pets inside and provide adequate shelter for livestock. Leave your inside faucets dripping hot and cold water during prolonged periods where temperatures do not rise above freezing. Avoid outside activities if possible. If you have to go outside, dress warmly in coats, gloves, and hats. This advisory is for the following counties in Georgia: Franklin, Hart, and Stevens. What? Very cold wind chills expected. Wind chills as low as 5 below zero. Where? Portions of northeast Georgia, Piedmont, North Carolina, and upstate South Carolina. When? From 7 p.m. Friday to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts: the cold wind chills could result in hypothermia if precautions are not taken. A wind chill advisory means that very cold air and strong winds will combine to generate low wind chills. This will result in frostbite and lead to hypothermia if precautions are not taken. If you must venture outdoors, make sure you wear a hat and gloves. This advisory is for the following county: Habersham, Georgia. What? Very cold wind chills expected. Wind chills as low as 10 below zero. Where? Portions of northeast Georgia, western North Carolina, and upstate South Carolina. When? From 1 a.m. Friday to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts: the cold wind chills could result in hypothermia if precautions are not taken. A wind chill advisory means that very cold air and strong winds will combine to generate low wind chills. This will result in frostbite and lead to hypothermia if precautions are not taken. If you must venture outdoors, make sure you wear a hat and gloves. This advisory is for the following counties in Georgia: Banks, Barrow, Cherokee, Clark, Forsyth, Gwinnett, Hall, Jackson, Madison, Oconee, and Walton. What? Very cold wind chills expected. Wind chills as low as 5 below zero. Where? Portions of central, east central,